we've worked most of this academic year, haven't we, at
Yes.
this school? I think from probably mid-September to the end of September we started.
That's right.
And we've kind of changed each term, haven't we? We've started with just 1 or 2 pupils initially,
Yes.
and we've built up to have a group.
Small groups.
Small
and
group. And those pupils were identified as being needing some extra support for various different reasons,
Lots
weren't
of
they,
different
really?
reasons, but generally overlaying the nurture needed to be worked upon.
Yeah. So for most of the curriculum, they have additional help in the support centre, don't they? And then dip into mainstream lessons for ones that they're going to succeed in, really, isn't it? If they've got particular strength in English, then they've dipped into the mainstream English lessons.
But what we're finding is that there are quite a few behaviour issues within other lessons. So we've used our data collecting to try and monitor where those issues have arisen, analyse that data every morning when we've arrived on a Tuesday, and we have been able to use that to discuss with the pupils where things may have gone differently if they'd approached it from a different angle.
So last term we had a very large group, didn't we?
Yes.
And we kind of did some one-to-one work in the morning, and then we did a group creative focus in the afternoon, didn't we? It was kind of a creative release for them, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
As well.
The one-to-one time in the morning was really beneficial. I think we got to make new connections, recount what had gone on previously, but then, like you said before, build on where we could go from there. And then to get them relaxed and to begin to trust us and begin to trust the process, and then come together in a group. We saw them flourish, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did lots of mixed media work, didn't we? And lots of sketchbooks where they were, taking risks in the sketchbook before they worked on the big canvas, if you like. But the individuality really came out, didn't it?
And I think they're, like you say, the risk-taking, a lot of the curriculum that they're experiencing for one reason or another might be quite controlled, and you will follow this step and you will follow that step. So for us to say to them, take it where you want to.
Absolutely.
This is
Try
your
it
work.
out.
This is your, and we gave them that safety net to make mistakes or not, and discover what they were actually capable of.
Yes.
It was a joy, wasn't it, to
it was
see
lovely.
them grow in confidence.
Yeah. And then for the end of term, we then had a celebration, didn't we? They chose who they wanted to invite. So some had nanny and granddad, some had parents. I mean, we had one particular family who we've worked with in another setting with a younger sibling, and it was lovely to see the child with mum and stepdad and nanny and granddad all sitting down colouring, weren't they?
And also to see the relationships that they're beginning to build with some of the staff. Some were already wonderful relationships, but because their confidence is growing, then they were inviting members of staff that perhaps wouldn't have been included before.
Yes.
And to see them so confident and chatting to their teachers about what they'd done.
The interaction with staff, it was a real celebration.
And for those children who had tried to invite relatives, perhaps for whatever reason mums and dads family couldn't attend, the teachers were able to speak really positively with them and almost take on that paternal role with them and discuss the whole process from beginning to end of their piece of art.
Yes. We had one mum who said it was so lovely to come to school for something positive, because usually when she's called to school it's because something has gone wrong. So this half term we've done something completely different and worked on food technology, because the children accessed the support centre, some of them had missed out on their food technology curriculum, and that was something that some of them were very keen to do.
And it was also a big step for us, because these children do have different issues and behaviours, to take them to a food studies room, food tech, where there's hot ovens, knives, all those sorts of things. But I think showing them that we trusted them and laying out high expectations, this is what will happen. But they've run with it, haven't they?
Absolutely,
and they've flourished,
yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah, and brought in their own ingredients, taken ownership of that. Oh, I'd like to make
children
this
that wouldn't
week,
bring in homework or even engage with anything that was educational. She was a school refuser, wasn't she? She wasn't attending school.
She hadn't attended school from October to January. I think she'd come back the day before we started to work with her. Year 10 girl, has body confidence issues. You did a lot of one-to-one with her, didn't you?
Yeah, she has a lot of issues about how people view her, and that she doesn't value herself because of how she perceives people look at her. So we did a lot of things, you know, drawings with eyes and how you can look at things from different perspectives. And very often her eyes, the way she looks at herself, is so negative. But I showed her what we thought of her and how other people view her, and she's beginning to warm to herself.
Yeah, and she's got an amazing talent for artwork as well, hasn't she?
Most
and
definitely.
I think that creative journey we've done with her as well, and she's got a love of animals. Hasn't she?
Huge
so
love
we've
of
kind
animals.
of nurtured that as well.
And using those analogies and explaining how wonderful she is with the animals that she looks after. And she's very empathetic, she's very observant of the animals' needs, and she's also very observant of humans' needs, and so she's taken on the role, hasn't she, of teaching the others in the group and trying to calm them down and taking on that role, and it's boosted her confidence hugely.
Definitely. When she's worked with us and we've shown her things, she's then taught those skills to the rest of the group who maybe have just joined in the afternoon session, so that's been really good.
For a girl who said she didn't like people, she didn't want to mix with anybody, she is now making friends. She hugs people when they come in the room.
Yeah, and the smiles. The smiles have increased.
She used to hide her face, didn't she, and use her hair and her blazer to hide. But now she's like, hi.
So he's come on a journey as well, hasn't he?
He would come in and have these outbursts and make random noises, and he loves sounds and manipulating his mouth, but I have a love of words and etymology, so he'd make a noise and I'd make a noise and he'd look at me and I'd smile. But I'd then explain, you do have to be careful where you use these sounds and noises, and you can't do an accent in front of somebody, they might take offence, and so he's calming down a lot.
Definitely. And I've noticed in the last probably 3 weeks, the greetings that we have in the morning.
He loves that,
There's,
he?
We've taught firm handshakes, and he will
Eye
say
contact.
miss, and he wants to shake your hand.
He has become our chief baker, hasn't he? And he is going to lessons now, isn't he? He'll say to us, well, I'm going to try, and it doesn't always go well, but he'll come back and feed back to us and explain.
And he's open about why it hasn't gone well, which is good.
Yeah, but he's really trying to control his urges now to be loud or throw. Or Tuesday, when we explained that it was our penultimate session, you could see his anxieties. He was ticking quite a lot, and he was trying to visualise a safe place.
And he was able then to verbalise on a one-to-one basis
he did.
That he did feel sad that sessions were coming to an end.
He's really taken on board himself that he can do this.
Yes.
He doesn't need us anymore.
No.
He's going to go out and he's going to utilise all the things and remember the good things that we've done with him to keep on the right path.
Yeah.